Viewers, the latest news about Ethiopia, Amhara, and Tigray region is that, according to the latest developments in Amhara region of Ethiopia, where we know that security situation is deteriorating, or you can say that several things are happening on the ground, which are pointing towards deterioration of security situation. If things are not handled properly, a few weeks ago, Ethiopian government decided to disband regional special forces. We saw that in our Amhara region, people protested against the decision before the disarmament demobilization of Fano militia, or began last year in Ethiopia, and since then, thousands of foreign fighters have been disarmed, arrested, or some failed to forest mountains started resistance there. Fano commanders were arrested somewhere on the run people like them in Akashi in prison. It started last year, then this year Amhara Special Forces was disbanded. ASF members refused to comply, some that joined Fano or they did not turn over their weapons, but a large number of Amhara Specials members they were disarmed, or you can say that they are now being integrated into other forces, regional and federal. And back then, when the announcement of this band of regional special forces, it was said that there will be the only police in regions. Police and prison police are on federal level. Police, federal police, and his European National Defense Force. There is no room, no need for another force. Pretty sure, man. But a few days ago, I said that if European government, if open army, they are planning to raise militias to fight Amhara Fano fighters. Now we have received details of this new militia raised in district. It means that other districts are also raising similar militias. While is there, if you open armies raising this Miltia's reason is simple because if your open army does not want to see launching operation against Fano, it wants some force to be on the front because when our European army tried to launch major operation in the Amhara region against Fano fighters, former Amhara special force members, we saw that people resisted people supported Fano. They stood between Ethiopian army and the Fano fighters. That is why Ibrahim could not arrest myself. It could not launch a major operation in Shoa. And on the other hand, Fano fighters, former Amhara special members, they are organizing themselves, they are forming big groups. Always say that Scandal Naga announced the formation of Amhara Popular Front APF or Amhara's people. One is Kanjam. He is organizing Fano fighters in Gondar. Massive in this, they are gone. Their brigade was established in Shoa, already heading Fano fighters in the World War II. So decided to raise militias. Now we received pictures and videos from one of Amhara region where training of this new militia has been completed and now this militia will be deployed to maintain law and order situation. How long was the training? Who trained this militia? Where will the militia members be deployed? We have seen pictures from region. If you remember in the past 3 to 4 days I have been updating you about Fano presence in Ago zone, in Gajam, in Makele. They are trying to establish a sort of government, you can say, in these areas. They try to take control of the town. A few days ago, they carried out an attack, and after that, we saw the city council issued a statement. Justice and Democracy Party issue a statement calling for public protest against Fano attacks in Ago of his own, mainly from Gojam. Now in Java, it is part of Ago of his own. If European army has tried around 800 militia members. A ceremony was held in Java, attended by his open army officers, who is commander of Egyptian army in the area, just spoke and confirmed the training of around 800 members of new militia. I think around 100 are women. How long was training? 20 days was the training about the weapons handling. Yes. Malaysia members were told how to handle weapons. Question is how you can train a militia in just 20 days. Even 20 days not enough for weapon handling. I learned weapon handling. I know how it done 20 days just nothing. How can you train a militia? How can you arm the militia after just 20 days long training? It means that they were just told how to fire, and now these militia members will be working under Ethiopian army because in this zone fight. That is why if in one Varada 800 have recruited, you can imagine how many entire region, thousands, tons of thousand others who will pay the salaries. Obviously, they are paid. Woman works for free. Someone will have to pay the salaries. Obviously, if you open government, so on the one hand, Ethiopian government disband regional special forces on the other hand, new militias are being raised by Ethiopian army in Amhara region, and this zone is very sensitive zone. Keeping in view past tensions between Argons and Amhara, and when these militia become stronger, then they announce independence. They start working independently, and then they turn into the sort of Fano militia type militia, and then government launches a crackdown. So one militia is being disbanded, disarmed, another militia has been raised. That's why I say it's a very dangerous development in the Amhara region. If you open army wants to use militia members in the operation against Fano, it could put could with local against each other and a burden an increased burden on economy. Why can't Ethiopian army handle law and order situation? Why can't police handle law and order issues in Amhara region? Why is there need for any militia? Isn't it is an increased burden on an already injured economy, which is looking for a bailout package from the West for survival. No one is questioning the strategy. If militias are raised, it would not lead to peace in the Amhara region. Rather, we could say more problems. Militia members sometimes, as I said earlier, they violate the code of conduct which they have to follow because they haven't received proper training. They were just taught how to shoot, and now they'll be used by security forces. Overall, a very bad decision. A dangerous decision raising of militias to find armed groups has been strategy of the Ethiopian army. It's not something new, by the way. It has been happening in Oromia. It has been happening in Bijidu. I think I remember more than a year ago I did a video about raising of a militia to counter guns fighters, and back the I oppose that raising of armed militia is a dangerous stand in Ethiopia. So if you open army is not breaking with its traditions of using militias to fight armed fractions. Just yesterday we saw a demonstration in support of Ethiopian army and entire Oromia in parts of Romeo Sudan and SN and PR. And army officers said using speeches at the rallies that Ethiopian army was fully capable of defending the country of neutralizing internal threats. So where is this fully capable Ethiopian army if it has to rely on these thousands of new recruits unskilled who are going to be used to fighters? It seems, let's see what happened so far. I see it as a dangerous development happening in the Amhara region. So viewers, that's all from my side. Thanks for watching.